Okay, on the line with me right now, I have still from the Terri Wiener. She's a music therapist at TERi Incorporated. Now, if you'd like to learn more about them, it's TERiinc.org. You can also, they have a Facebook page, facebook.com/TERi INC, TERiINC, and we're going to be talking about the Remo Comfort Sound Technology. Terri, how are you today?
I'm good, thanks.
Okay, now I'm wondering, how long have you been part of the organization there about TERi Incorporated?
Okay, I'm a music therapist, a board-certified music therapist, and I have been a music therapist for 35 years, and I have contracted with TERi Inc. for 18 years. And I want to say I'm very grateful for TERi Inc. To work there. They really value the power of music to impact others, and they have a large creative arts component to their program.
And so you were involved in music before you came to the school. What was your first experience with the Remo Comfort Sound Technology drums?
Well, like George, I have used Remo drums for many, many years, but when I first used the drums, it was wonderful to be able to use a drum and hit it and not have the noise and the vibration that can be difficult for children who have sensory issues.
Now, as I mentioned to George, I have a son who has autism, and as we were working with his tactile defensiveness and sensory issues, sometimes we found that as he became exposed to things, that was the key to introducing him to other things. And I had asked George if he found that the drums were sort of the gateway to the next instrument for the people affected with either autism or various issues that made them not receptive to the regular drum. What's your experience been with transitioning from once they get that exposure and they love that? How does that then translate, or have you noticed it into other instruments?
Well, what I have found with the autistic children is that the sensory input can be challenging, but with the CST drum, the children become responsive and engaged, and even a student who would cover his ears with traditional drumming would step forward to take the mallets and play along. And rather than being outside the group, he would become part of the group. And it did translate to using other instruments, and I would be careful about which instruments I gave him that would have less vibration or less strong noise like that.
And I saw a beautiful video with some of the young people using the drums and a secondary group underneath the drums, just kind of absorbing the sound and experiencing that. What is when some of the people are using the drums, what do you find is the sort of collaborative experience for the ones listening or just being nearby? Is it just as joyful? Do you find it's just as impactful?
Yes, absolutely. They get surrounded by the vibrations of the drum, and they can feel it throughout their whole body. And I've noticed this especially with someone who might be deaf and blind. And when I first brought him to the Remo drum, his response was so wonderful to see. He would use his hands and legs to conduct the sound through his body. He would hold his hand on the drum, and his legs leaned into the drum side. And then he would stand still, absorb the feeling, laugh, move his hands and legs, and then move back, and then move forward again to make contact with the drum. And I've seen this with children as well.
Oh, how very fun. Now, George mentioned that he really liked working with the table drum. And do you have a favorite? Do you find them all to be as wonderful as the other, or do you have a favorite?
Well, the table drum is the comfort sound technology that I've used as well. There's other drums that I have are not that. So I really like the comfort sound technology for many things, including anyway, sorry about that.
That's okay.
But I like it for seniors too. What I have found is that seniors tend to isolate, And the Comfort Sound drum is a community drum, a large table drum, where they see each other, they can interact musically with each other, and I've seen them enjoy, they laugh, they smile. And especially with my disabled seniors, I see their playfulness emerge again, and I get a good sense of how they might have been before they had their illness.
Oh, how wonderful. Oh, how very, very wonderful. Now, as you continue to work with Remo and with TERi, do you find one day going into the next where it grows and grows? I'm curious about how you see the future of working with Remo and how it plays into other types of therapies for people either on the autism spectrum or with developmental disabilities. How you see that all working together?
Well, drumming and rhythm is so innate to our beings. It gets inside us and moves us. And because the Comfort Sound technology drum is so friendly to the ear and body, I can see many, many more people that can access the benefits of drumming, especially with these Comfort Sound technology drums.
Very, very nice. I think it's wonderful work you people are doing down at TERi. And forgive me, do you say TERi Inc. or do you say TERi Incorporated? How do you, what's your name for it?
TERi Inc.
It is TERi Inc. All right. Well, if you are listening and you would like to learn more about TERi Inc. and Terri Wiener and her work in this field and working with the Remo Comfort Sound technology, Remo can be found on the internet at remo.com, R-E-M-O, and TERi Inc. can be found at terriinc.org, TERiinc.org. They also happen to have a presence on Facebook. You can look them up there. Terri, thank you so much for calling in and chatting with us today about your work there at TERi and everything that you're doing with these with the young people and others there at TERi Inc. It's very encouraging and a wonderful story.
Thank you very much.
Thanks so much.